All right, when it comes to marketing your voiceover business, the world is your oyster. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that just because you live in a certain part of the world, wherever that may be, it doesn't mean that you have to market your business in that same part of the world. Now, it's always a good idea, and I always, suggest that people do it this way when you're first starting, is start locally and zoom out. Hey there, my name is Mike Hathcote. I'm a full-time working voice actor. I run the Voiceover Blueprint training program and this YouTube channel, where the goal is to give you free information about how to start and grow your professional voice acting business. And if you want to know a little bit more about this whole voice acting thing, I host a weekly webinar on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, where you can join the webinar absolutely free. You can learn the ropes of getting into voiceover and ask me any questions live right there on the call. And as a thank you for showing up for the free webinar, I'll throw in a copy of my book, The Voiceover Blueprint. You'll get the digital copy as well as the audiobook, plus 4 free additional gifts just for showing up. So if you want to attend that free webinar, it's down below in the description and pinned comment. Just click that link and sign up, and I'll see you on Tuesday. So in the last, 20 years or so, the internet has made it so much easier to market your business worldwide. And I really do mean worldwide. I have clients from all over the world. I mean, name the country, and I've probably done a voiceover for somebody in that country. So just because you're, maybe in the U.S. doesn't mean that you need to only market to U.S. clients. Now, like I said before, even though the world is your oyster, it is a good idea to start locally and work your way out. Because what's good about that is you have something in common with people who are local. You can actually, when you're reaching out and introducing yourself, you can just say, hey, I'm from Phoenix too, and maybe I'd like to stop by and check out your setup sometime. Here's a good example of that. One of the very first clients that I reached out to on LinkedIn, and this is probably a decade ago, was locally and literally lives 3 miles from where I live. And he ran his video production company out of his house. So I reached out, we connected. He invited me over, and I went over to his house, and I kind of watched his setup and watched him work there for a little while. And that client is still a client to this day, because when you can, sit down face to face with someone and, look them in the eye and shake their hand, you kind of develop that better relationship than maybe somebody across the world. But when you start locally, that's a good idea. But remember, just because they are local doesn't mean that that's the only place that you can market to. And if you are in the U.S. and you're trying to market your business, you kind of have an advantage there a little bit, because people around the world, they do tend to want U.S. voices, American voices. So there's that. But there's also people, in other regions and other countries who want Australian voices or British voices or Spanish, all the different kinds that are out there. So don't feel kind of pigeonholed by just working and marketing in one location. Now, the process for doing this looks exactly like if you were marketing to someone local. So let's say you're doing email marketing, which obviously is my favorite way of doing that. If you've ever watched any of these channels or any of these videos on the channel, you know that email marketing is the best way, in my opinion, to get new clients. So just because you're doing email marketing locally doesn't mean you can't use that same process reaching out to someone in, China or the Philippines or Russia or anywhere else. I mean, it's literally the same process that I've gone over on this channel many times of doing a Google search, going to a website, finding something on the website for you to talk about in your introduction, and reaching out directly to that person via email. There are even some services that you can implement into your website that will automatically translate your website into whatever language it is, overseas. So I used to have a website that, and I don't have it anymore, but I had a website that had that feature where no matter where the client was, all they had to do was click a button and select, their chosen language, and it automatically translated my website so that it made it easier for them to, check it out. Now, another issue that might come up is monetary conversion rates. If you're working for someone overseas, there may be a different conversion rate for the currency, and there are ways, to adjust for that. Say you're working if I work with someone in Canada, there's going to be a little different rate there than if they're in the U.S., and same with working with someone, say in Britain, it's going to be Great Britain pounds versus U.S. dollars, and so there's going to be that conversion process there. But that's fairly easy to navigate, and all you have to do is do a Google search for whatever the conversion rate is in that particular country, and you can send your invoice in that amount. So when you think about it, because VoiceOver is a worldwide industry, you will never run out of possible prospects to reach out to. When my assistant reaches out to the people that she's reaching out to, she just picks a different country. Once she's kind of gone through a certain country's sources, she will pick another country, and then by the time she gets back around to that original country, there's going to be a different list of options. So you will never run out of prospects to reach out to. Now, the only other thing that I think you have to keep in mind here is when you are reaching out to some of these people in whatever form or fashion you're doing so, keep in mind that there is a time difference, right? Not only just when you're working in the U.S. between East Coast and West Coast. When you're working with someone on the other side of the globe, it's going to be nighttime there, right? So that's another reason why I like doing email marketing, because you're not having to worry about getting them during business hours. When you send your emails out to these people, they will get to those emails when they can and follow up when they can. So I hope this video has kind of given you a little bit of hope in that there are so many more places to market than what you probably have thought about in the past. Remember, the world is your oyster, and VoiceOver is a global industry. So don't feel limited by just, reaching out to people in your city or state or even your country. And don't forget about that webinar coming up this Tuesday night at 6 p.m. It's absolutely free to join. You can find out the steps to get into VO. You can ask any questions you have about VO, and you'll get a copy of the book, The VoiceOver Blueprint, just for attending. So click that link below, and I'll see you then. Well, I want to thank you again for stopping by and learning a little bit more about VoiceOver. If you enjoy our channel and our content here, feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That is the best way to help our channel. And of course, if you have any questions about VO, drop them below, because I do read and reply to all the questions. Now, wherever you're reaching out to in the world, there is a step-by-step process for doing email marketing. And I just did a recent video about that takes you step-by-step through that process, where I explained it very simply, 1, 2, 3, and it takes you through that entire process. So if you want to check that out, then click that right there.